What's up, Black Nostalgia? Dave here with a review of I Love LA Season 1, out now in full on HBO. This is, of course, the comedy series from Rachel Sennott. And Sennett's probably one of the most significant new comedy stars of the 2020s in Hollywood. Of course, notable for three significant movies with Shiva Baby, Bottoms, and Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And now she has her own HBO comedy series, right? This is very much HBO identifying a talent and investing in them. And it's pretty cool. Would I have liked Rachel Sennott to continue to make films? Yes, but I really enjoyed I Love LA, so I can't really be too mad about it. And I Love LA has, I think when it came out, people were like, "Oh, this is like HBO's New Girls," right? Like this is taking a female group of friends. This time they're not in New York City; they're in Los Angeles. Taking place 15 years later, it's their New Girls, and it's like there's certainly plenty of girls in I Love LA, but I think thematically, structure-wise, tonally, I Love LA is actually like the new version of Entourage, maybe a dash of Insecure as well. Either way, these are all great comparisons to make because I think I Love LA does stand up on its own merits. I really enjoyed I Love LA Season 1. I think it did a great job of establishing why this comedy series is with us and painted a great roadmap for future seasons. A young group of friends in LA all pursuing fame via the world of influencing and social media is a great premise for a modern day comedy series set in Los Angeles. And it lends itself to just a lot of topical humor, a lot of very specific LA humor. And because the cast is so strong, it's really easy to be on board with all these hijinks, all the ridiculous situations these characters find themselves in. It has all the traits of an ongoing comedy series. Rachel Sennott, of course, being the star and creative force behind the show is very exciting. But the breakout on the show is Odessa A'zion, who is absolutely hilarious as the complete loose cannon Tallulah. Jordan Firstman is also consistently absurd as Charlie. True Whitaker also fits right in as Alani, and Josh Hutcherson plays the perfect counterbalance as a normal boyfriend who is not aspiring to be as famous as all his friends. None of the plot that progressed throughout season 1 was all too surprising. I don't think anything in the finale really was shocking, but the show works because it's a great hang and also a very specific and contemporary comment on a certain aspect of culture. I'm really happy that the show is renewed for season 2. It's not a massive hit by any means, but the audience has been growing week to week, as HBO has told us. Also cool to see Lorraine Scafaria do a lot of the directing on the series, of course, most well known recently for directing the movie Hustlers. Moses Ingram, also nice to see her in a supporting role on the series. Leighton Meester, of course, of Gossip Girl fame, actually plays Rachel Sennett's Maya's boss at the agency that they work at, the agency that her character owns. And it's really fun to have a influencer agency like exist as the place of work in this show. I love the ridiculousness and the open lampooning the show does often about this pursuit of fame and this pursuit of those goals via social media and the modern attention economy and all those things. I think it's quite intelligent in how it's showing it, while still not letting its characters off the hook and how ridiculous they are, and also how shallow they can be in their pursuit of these goals. I think the Charlie character from Jordan Firstman is, I mean, honestly fantastic. When he's in a scene with the whole ensemble, he has just great line deliveries, awesome one-liners. His comedy, he bounces off everyone. He's so funny. But when he's on his own as well, I think he's able to carry any scene he's in. I think the stuff with the Christian music influencer Landry in the middle part of the season was particularly great, as he's openly swallowing a lot of his pride to work with these people he does not relate with or connect with at all, and then have that be brutally taken away from him by random tragedy. I think all that stuff really worked. The random like party scenes we see, just kind of typical LA stuff with the Elijah Wood cameo. I thought that was tremendous. I think Tallulah, when you get introduced to Tallulah early on, you're like, oh my God, this person needs to go. But then I think by the end of that first episode, it's actually like a really great pilot because you understand like the energy of this show with Maya and Tallulah like joining forces to kind of better each other. But it's still a tension that persists under the surface as you watch the season because Tallulah's the one with the fame. And Maya, despite being her friend, needs Tallulah a lot more than Tallulah needs Maya. And that, I assume that kind of tension is going to be present on the show, even if ultimately the show's going to continue to exist with both of them as a member of the cast. They're never going to actually like break up for good. but it's going to be there. I think episode 8 was one of the best ones as well. You have Tim Baltz from the Righteous Gemstones, absolutely hilarious, playing this ridiculous like French like fashion designer who hosts this like famous like influencer party that is like super like need to have invite. The knife incident though, when they go to the hospital, like I think there's a lot of great physical comedy on this show, and like the diversions that we go on, in the course of just any 30-minute episode lends itself to a lot of good stuff. Random stuff I really liked, like Tallulah meeting that other influencer who literally openly talks about this click farm she has to work with her stuff and how brutally tactical and strategic every single minor choice she does with social media is, and how that's such a juxtaposition to Tallulah's off the wall, loose cannon, wild card nature. The beef she has, the internet beef she has with that early character that they meet, where they have to kind of be fake to her. I think that was all great. There's tons of drinking. There's tons of drugs on the show as well, which just adds to the comedy. I think it was a really solid first season, and I expect that season 2 will be even better because I feel like the show has really found itself and found what it does well, and best of all, has really cast its crew, tremendously. I think Rachel Sennott, she has a really funny manner of speaking. That's a big aspect of her comedy, and how she delivers lines and how she just plays off people, and that's on full display. Odessa A'zion, between this, she's in Marty Supreme, coming out on Christmas Day, with Timothy Chalamet. She's seemingly a very rapidly rising talent. Actually, one of the daughters of Pamela Adlon. She's been in a bunch of stuff at this point, but I think now she's gonna get some star looks. It looks like True Whitaker I was completely unfamiliar with, but is actually the daughter of Forrest Whitaker. And then Jordan Firstman. I know he was on The English Teacher, but he's also someone who's kind of come up recently in the 2020s and is now a pretty exciting comic talent. I feel really good about this core crew here moving forward. It's also pretty nice to have the Josh Hutcherson comeback continue. I Love LA is just one of the few things he's been doing recently, including Five Nights at Freddy's. It's nice to have him back in our lives. And I think his relationship with Maya and how they played off of each other, despite having very different personalities, and that natural and easy to foresee conflict between them, as her goals and also her messiness, and how that naturally conflicts with his put togetherness and also his kind of normal aspirations, being a public school teacher, right? Like, I really liked how all that worked. So shout out I Love LA, shout out Rachel Sennott. Please also make movies still. Let me know, what did you think of I Love LA Season 1? What did you like most about it? And for more TV reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.